Good morning, everybody. I want to do a quick video. I have family court this morning, but I just wanted to pop on and talk to you guys about how to stop opiates, whether it's Suboxone, whether it's heroin, whether it's whatever opiate, using kratom. First, I want to say that I recommend being under a doctor's care when changing a medication. Don't just ever stop a medication without consulting with your physician. Before starting any supplements of any kind, contact your physician. And with that being said, I'm going to talk to you about how to use kratom to come off of opiates. I'm going to use my example, my story. I was clean 2 years before I started Suboxone. I was 2 years of white knuckling, and it was so hard, and I didn't know that I was going to be able to hang on much longer. So after much deliberation, after much talking it over with Bernie, who was my boyfriend, my partner, who's 12 years sober from alcohol, he is Mr. Recovery. He was against Suboxone until he saw how much I was struggling, and we decided, I need to try this. Well, for reasons, I didn't want to stay on Suboxone. I felt like I was just addicted to another opiate, and for myself, I wasn't comfortable with that, and so I decided to stop Suboxone. And what I did was, as I leaped, I just quit taking the Suboxone and just started taking kratom, and I crashed. I almost relapsed because I did it the wrong way. And so I went back on Suboxone for a few months. Money situations happened. I couldn't afford it anymore. And plus, there's that nagging thing. I don't want to be addicted to an opiate. And so but this time, I weaned myself down like a little piece, a 16th, actually, is what it was. Every week, I believe it was every week. And I would supplement it with kratom. And I did it really slowly. So I was down to a very small amount when I leaped from Suboxone to kratom. And the lower amount that you're taking of Suboxone, the easier the transition is going to be. If you're taking 12 milligrams of Suboxone a day and you start removing whole milligrams at a time, you're going to have trouble. And so my suggestion is to slowly start taking off little pieces. And I bought a chart online, and you can find it online. It costs $10 to print it out, and it's a template. And you lay your Suboxone strip on there, and you take a razor blade and you cut out the little pieces, and you just start decreasing your Suboxone by taking little pieces off, and supplementing it with kratom. And I suggest, if you are on an opiate, that you start out trying 4 grams of kratom. Buy a scale. I have a little scale that I bought from Amazon, and it measure it out in the little measuring cups, like it comes on NyQuil bottles or medicine bottles, the little plastic cups, and measure it out 4 grams, and supplement that Suboxone with the kratom, and as many times, like 3 times a day if needed, to keep the withdrawals away, and just keep weaning yourself. If it's pain medic, I had some guy contact me from Ireland, which kratom is illegal there, and asked me, because he was addicted to oxys that his doctor had him on, and he didn't want to do it anymore. And So I helped. He found a distributor over there that sells it, and was able to get himself some kratom, and he's slowly removing a dose of his medication and replacing it with 4 grams of kratom, and do that for a good week or so, maybe even 2, and then take out another dose and add the kratom, and then you will be to a point where you are taking the kratom instead of the opiate. Heroin addicts, I'm a heroin addict. That's a whole other situation. If you are up to, I was up to 2 buns a day, plus Dilaudid. My tolerance was through the roof. If that is your case and you want to stop heroin, for one, you're going to need a good recovery program. That's another thing I want to say. Kratom isn't going to cure your addiction. It's a supplement, and it aids in coming off of opiates. So you need a good support system. I suggest rehab. That's what I had to do. Halfway house is what I had to do. Learning how to live life as a person that doesn't use. And so, I mean, many people aren't going to like that. But that's what I suggest. You need recovery. But along with recovery, if you're on heroin, I suggest 4 grams of kratom, red strain or green strain, every 4 hours. 4 grams every 4 hours, even at night. At night, with the restless leg syndrome, you can't sleep. Take the kratom even in night. You want to keep those withdrawal symptoms away as much as possible. I know that it's ridiculous to say, to wean off of heroin. I don't know that I would have been able to do it even with kratom, because I was deep into addiction. Phew. I'm getting warm. And so 4 grams if you even need it every 2 hours, you do what you got to do to get off of the heroin. I mean, that's a huge thing. Each person's going to be different, and I suggest you don't get it at a smoke shop. I suggest you buy it from an online vendor. I've listed them in the comments of my videos. My top vendor is Botanical Romance right now, and she has a website. You just reach out to her, and she has great prices. She ships priority, and by samples, red Menda or green Bali, and test and see what your body's going to respond to the best. But also, like I said, measure it. Measure what you're taking, and because it matters. It matters how and so. If a lot of people have reached out to me after Leonard's video last night from her opiate fix. He mentioned me in his video about if you'd like to find out information or ask questions about kratom, that you come over here to my channel and you talk to me. And if you message me, I can't promise that I'm gonna see every comment that over on his channel. But if you message me, I'm Avalon Ann Decker on Facebook. Send me a message, and I will gladly help you. Someone sent me an email this morning, and I'm going to, after court, I'm going to answer his email and, help him. It is possible. It can be done with kratom. You have to really want to stop the whatever you're doing. And like I said, you need recovery also. It's not a quick fix. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of, you may feel uncomfortable, especially if you're taking a lot. And that's why I say wean down. And you know, that's the best way, because you don't want your brain to start going, throw your brain into post-acute withdrawal syndrome. Just throw your brain in there and you start acting all crazy, like I almost relapsed on bath salt because I did it, the wrong way. And so, all right, I am going to head out. I hope that I answered some questions. Like I said, if you have any more questions, put them in the comments, send me messages. My email is avalondecker7@gmail.com. And yeah, brightest blessings and Goddess bless.